Good morning, class ninth. So on yesterday, on my last turn, that is on Saturday, I think, I taught you all the plant tissues. I started with the plant tissues, and in plant tissues, I have discussed with you that the tissues are of two types: the mesophyll the meristematic tissues and the that permanent tissues. And among the permanent tissues, I told you that these are divided into two parts, that is simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues are made up of only one kind of cells, and these were discussed earlier, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. These are the three types of the simple permanent tissues. And now I'll discuss with you the complex type of the permanent tissues. These are also the permanent tissues, means they have a well defined shape, size, and they have a well defined function also. But what is different in them is that these are made up of different types of the cells. It means not only a single type of cell is present in these. So these complex permanent tissues are basically made up of different types of cells, and basically these are of two types, xylem and phloem. Both these xylem and phloem, if you see, these are present in the root stem and in the branches, everywhere these are present, and both of them together they form the vascular bundle. Why these are called vascular bundle? Because these help in conduction of the substances, conduction of water and minerals, and the food is done by these xylem and phloem. That is why these are also known as vascular tissues or the vascular bundles, and these are also known as the conductive tissues, because these conduct the water, minerals and the salts and the food in the plants. Now let's see the structure of the phloem. So basically the phloem is made up of these four kinds of the cells, that is sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. So sidewise structure is given, it is not very clear. I'll show you one enlarged diagram of this. So phloem is made up of sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem fibers and the phloem parenchyma. These are the four kinds of the cells which make up the phloem tissue. Now let us see the diagram of phloem in a detailed way. See, this is the diagram of phloem. So here you will see these four kinds of cells are arranged in such a manner that phloem parenchyma is basically a living type of cell which is present adjacent to the these companion cells. See, companion cells are elongated cells, and phloem parenchyma is just like a parenchyma cell which is found attached to the companion cells. The function of parenchyma here is to store the food, and companion cells, actually these help in the transportation of the food. These take up the food from the leaves. Okay, these take up the food from the leaves, and then these transport it into this section which is known as sieve tubes, and from the sieve tubes the food is transported to all the directions. So companion cells are basically the kinds of the cells which help in the transportation of the food materials into this. And here near to the phloem, that is companion cells, you will find one more kind of cells which is known as phloem fibers. These are the elongated cells. Okay, these are the elongated, these brown colored cells which you see, these are known as phloem fibers. Phloem fibers or phloem sclerenchyma, their function is to support this tissue. Okay, this tissue is supported by phloem fibers. And then comes the main translocatory cells which is known as sieve tube. These are the tubular kinds of the cells which you will see that their ends are having some perforated kinds of the means some perforated lid like structures are present. These lid like structures are known as sieve plates. Okay, when the food is being transported by the companion cell into the this what you say this sieve tubes, then the food runs down into the other cell by these perforations which are present here. Okay, so by this the food actually is transported by sieve tubes. It is being means it is being caught up, or it is being brought by the companion cells, and phloem parenchyma actually stores the food which is present in excess amount, and phloem fibers help in the this support of the tissue. So if I talk about the function, this is clear that sieve tubes help in the transportation of the substances, conduction of the element, and conduction of the food material. Because if I am talking about phloem, it helps in the transportation of food, and food in the plants is manufactured in the form of glucose, which gets converted into glucose is converted into maltose. No, not maltose, it is converted into sucrose. Sucrose is a kind of a changeable form of glucose, and then it gets mixed up with the water and it forms a solution. So this solution is being transported by the phloem tissue into different parts of the plant. So phloem is responsible for translocation of the food, and it this movement is two way, means that is bidirectional, that is upside and downside, all the sides. Now let us see the xylem tissue, how it is made up of, what are the cells which compose the xylem. So basically xylem is made up of tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. So these are arranged in this manner. Let us see the diagram so that it will be clear to you. So basically xylem parenchyma, like the one which are present in the phloem, in xylem parenchyma their function is same, that they store the food in the form of starch. When the when the phloem is bringing the food, it helps in storing the food in the xylem. This cell is a living cell. Except this cell, all the cells are dead in this xylem tissue. Okay, so in the case of phloem, only phloem fibers are dead cells and all three cells are living cells. Here in the case of xylem, only xylem parenchyma is living and all other cells are non-living. So here you will see xylem parenchyma, which is, these are the you can see the rectangular cells having nucleus, these are the living cells. Then attached to them, these are present which are known as xylem vessels. Xylem vessels and xylem tracheids. Xylem tracheids are some spindle shaped cells. These two cells, xylem vessels and xylem tracheids, these both work in coordination to conduct the water and minerals from root to the upper parts of the plant. This carries the water from upside to the upside, and also the sideways of the water is being transported by the tracheids. Both the cells are non-living, and you can see that they are having more some more tube like structures which are present here, which actually carry the water towards the upside. And then comes xylem fibers. Again, this is having the same function, that it is gonna give support to the tissue. Xylem fibers and phloem fibers both have same function, that because different kinds of the cells are present, some are living, some are non-living, that is why these fibers are present in between, so that they can provide support and a rigidity to the tissue of the xylem and phloem. Now let us see what are the functions of the phloem. xylem. So xylem helps in the transportation of the water and mineral which is present in the soil, that is being transported by the xylem tissue with the help of the cells which are known as tracheids and the vessels. These are the tubular cells which carry the water and minerals from the root to the upside of the cells. Other than that, xylem parenchyma, as I told, that it is helpful in the what you say that storing the food materials, and xylem fibers, these provide support to the tissue. So let us see what is the difference between xylem and phloem. So xylem, if you see that in xylem all the cells are dead except which one, that is xylem parenchyma, and in phloem all the cells are living except xylem fibers. And the function wise, if you say that xylem helps in transportation of the water and minerals, and phloem helps in transportation of sugar and amino acids. Okay, amino acids are the simple forms of the proteins. These provide mechanical support. Yes, why these provide mechanical support? Because most of the cells which are present in the xylem are dead. Xylem tracheids are dead, xylem fibers are dead, and xylem which one, xylem tracheids, xylem fibers, and the xylem vessels, all these cells are because all these cells are dead, that is why this xylem tissue is more it is more supportive than the phloem. In phloem only one type of cell is non-living, which is phloem fibers. That is why it provides mechanical support also. If you see, the transport in the xylem is unidirectional, as I told you that only it absorbs the water and minerals from the root and it carries towards the upper sides. But in phloem the transportation is bidirectional, means it is carried out upside also, downwards also, and sideways also. So it is bidirectional. And in xylem, the means the transportation which is being carried out, it is a kind of a passive transport. Okay, there are two types of the transport systems in the plants, passive and active. In passive transport, no energy is used, means ATP, which is the energy currency, no energy is used in the case of the passive transport. But if it is an active transport, then the energy is utilized, it is not done without the use of ATP. So it has been done by the passive transport, that is by the osmosis, root pressure, capillary action, and transpirational pull. This you will I'll teach you in class 10th. This osmosis, other these terms I'll tell you in class 10th, when I'll tell you about how the food is transported or water is transported in the plants. And in phloem tissue, it is being done by the active transport, and that is by the diffusion. Wherever you will see the part of diffusion is going on, then some of the energy is used, only then it is being done. So now my topic is completed. If you have any query, you can ask in the class. Thank you, class.